Alrighty, Guten Tag und Willkommen. We are back again. And some stuff to go over from the last episode that I forgot to go over. Is it me or did that painting look a tad like Detective Pierce? Which is kind of ominous because if you think about it, it means he was prophesized to show up. But yeah, again, we also need to remember the fact that whoever it was, Cthulhu, or whoever was talking to us in the first episode, did say Pierce had a destiny, so we need to think of that one. Also, thank you to a friend of mine for saying apparently I should stock up on oil for this coming up episode. Apparently I will need the lantern a lot this one. So thanks, dude. Alright, what other stuff do we have to think about quickly? Oh yeah, I put out a poll, so please take a stop by the community page on the YouTube, so y'all can tell me what game we should play next. And yeah. Oh, I also found a new book I would heavily recommend to you guys. It's Sherlock Holmes and the Cthulhu case studies. It's a very fascinating series so far. But, well, now that we got that taken care of, we might as well get on to the main event. Pierce woke up in the asylum, installed in the cellar of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Cullen, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place, where Dr. Fuller assigns reigns supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torment. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Collins. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. Well, you got all that literature, you should be able to find something. Alrighty. And as always, guys, like and subscribe so I know you guys actually want me to continue doing this stuff. I love the Lovecraft mythos, and I love mystery stuff. Maybe we'll have to start doing some theory stuff too if I can get enough people enjoying it. So, with all that, let's get started. Oh. Who are you? Wait, is that Leviathan? Or wait,
Who goes there?
Who is Cthulhu's brother?
That nightmare again.
Starts with H.
I need a drink.
Starts with H. It was just in the book. Hester the Unspeakable. Hester, something like that. Yes. Wait, can I save? I can't save. Yay. Let's see, is there anything new I can look at while we're here? No, we're gonna save the oil because apparently we're gonna actually need that later.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Alright, let's I guess we're just gonna go for it then. She was a good painter. R.I.P. Sarah Hawkins.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
What about some tea? Anything we can look around quickly? Manifests.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Ain't gonna drink. Maybe some wine, but not whiskey. No, whiskey's good for the soul, not good for the mind.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the Force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's my theory.
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Alright, better not test him.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct.
Ooh.
He was a surgeon on board the Scylla.
Oh.
He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way.
I was about to say
Captain
that.
Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Could it be her connection to the occult? Maybe. Could there be a link where he was trying to get her to summon something? Like, oh, what was that? There was a story where someone got stressed enough they could summon things. If any of you remember, please leave it in the
Dr.
comments.
Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
I don't like
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here?
Yes.
This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess he can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say?
Maybe a Black Mirror-like
That's
event?
probably how they met.
If you
Or
plan
she
on having
infused,
dinner at the Sanders
portals into
household,
her books.
please spare the widow of the tale of her
paintings.
late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow.
Oh.
Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
It looks like we got some stuff to read. Pierce. Oh, Shiza. Good. Sanity. The weirdness of Francis Sandler's death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break and Shambler's body crumble onto the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain the event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce began to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. We're slipping deeper. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and its cellar, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my. I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I'd swear that he knows more about this business than I do. Remember me, I don't trust him. Definitely don't trust him. If we get a gun, we're shooting him.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
I'm confused for frack's sake. Alright. Sanders' residence. Pierce, Colden, Bradley decide to team up to solve the Sanders-Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Uh-oh.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. you know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned.
Okay, that's
You,
messed up.
on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Psychology, talking it quite well. Hair. Sorry. Beard hair just got on between my teeth.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long. Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madame, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to the return of the body to you at the moment of his interment. You signed discharge allowing me to dispose of his body any way I see fit. Ashlock.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders'
that's
lives.
An ugly bastard. Wait. She did not seem happy.
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Getting a quick understanding of the layout of this room.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Ooh. I'm still scared of her. Alright, we got intel. Alright. Oh, hey. It's clear that she holds Sarah responsible for the death of her husband, but what I don't understand about Irene is the mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of the Institute. That is interesting. Cross-checking the information given by Francis Sandler and his widow, it's possible to reconstruct the events that led to the internment of Sanders. Everything points to Sanders and Sarah being close linked by the interest the collective showed the artist's work, but more probably by a certain friendship, tending to by the repeated refusal of Sarah Hawkins to sell the painting called The Shambler. Against all expectations, she finally gave it away for free. The feeling still shows by Irene Sanders towards Sarah are evidence derived from what she considers to be the artist's responsibility. Madness struck Sanders shortly while after he gained possession of the painting. Wait, there's a phonograph over here. She's scary.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him. Behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes.
Damn.
I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those Those accursed paintings, that accursed Sarah.
Fascinating. Any other things? One of my friends also told me to keep an eye out for a book of some kind. Alright, let's go talk to the evil lady.
I could use one of those.
Book.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Fine.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Perfect, Detective. The pretext? The body language? I would have bought it if it was the first time I'd seen your face. You're a good talker, Pierce. Your story will do for the moment.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Except to read the unholy book. It's kind of encyclopedia of monsters. Pierce reads ancient testaments. Okay. And of course the book you wanted me to read was going to do that to me. I really want to force that open. Yeah. Huh.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
I beg you to give up all hopes of owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of the guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Okay. Epic game. Big. Big bada boom. Big bada boom. It's the work of a student of the book form. Oh, medical. Good.
The strange Amerindian pendant.
Occultism went up again. Well, I am playing with the occultism today. The occult went up. The Look at you! Dimensional Shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension where the rarity of food sources keep it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veil of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting its very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for it to begin to anchor itself into your dimension. Do not allow it to rip you open with its claws. Extract ticket. Don't look at it. Men will gather the knowledge through lines of district. To me by the old great ones, by volumes, the vision is whispers me names, silhouettes of mysterious creatures soon the okay, my inventory, the art gallery. Alright, here we go. Time to die.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. The public entrance to the gallery.
I have a feeling that as soon as I go near the Shambler, things will go bad really quickly.
The man transforms an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
So I'm going to first get a quick lay of the land before...
What the hell was that?
Okay, that was nerve-wracking. Okay, don't look at it.
What the hell was that?
Eyes down, eyes down, eyes down, eyes down, eyes down, eyes down. this sucks. Up there, the little bastard is again. Come on, leave, please.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Go ahead, do around. My heart's actually racing. My heart rate is at a nice 110 right now. Please don't touch me, Mr. Shambler, man. Ah. Come on, I stabbed the painting. Okay, I need to calm down for a sec. Oh, my heart's racing, my heart's racing. Oh, dude, like, my heart is racing to the point my fingers were tingling. Okay. Whew. Oh, my fingers. Alright, how far back is it going to make me go? Alright.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Alright, so Shambler should come over here. Come on, buddy. You took your time, didn't you? right. Please leave. Please leave. Seriously! I stabbed the painting, but that's not enough. Okay, one last try, and then if I die, I'm
What
Googling.
the hell was
I'm
that?
Googling.
I can't even touch it. Maybe I can use this dagger.
No. Alright, give me a second. I'm Googling how to get past this guy, because he, for some reason, really likes where I am. How do you get past Shambler? Okay, then run to the painting and cut it. I got killed over and over because I didn't know what to do, and then I read about it, and then I got it. Okay. Find the lines and just keep you cool and get to the painting and stab the sucker back into Disneyland. Rather frustrated by the part of the game, but I found it manageable from your hidden starting location. Quickly, okay. Wait a few seconds and run past the main entrance door to the other corner. Okay, hiding in the closet nearby. Wait a little while, then go to the corner showcase, smash it, grab the dagger. Shambler will likely hear that, but the closet is nearby and you should be able to make it before it spots you. After doing that, wait for it to leave and then run. Okay, so what I'm reading is just book the fucker. sure I got my key to run. Oh, my heart's actually racing. Okay, left shift. Is there anything else? Because it wasn't running earlier. Alright, hey, he's back. I hear the music saying he's nearby. I hear ya, boy. Where are ya? I want to get on and run for him. Okay, why am I hearing someone yelling, saying just run? Why do I hear someone yelling just run? Okay, chapter 6. I know I'm pausing a lot, guys. I'm sorry.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
Okay. We got semi done. At least now if we die, we know which dagger not to grab. We're making progress. Come on, I know you saw me.
Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger.
I made it? I hear you, and apparently I'm supposed to follow sound cues to tell me where the little shite is. Like that. This is going to be a bit of a long episode just to find a single dagger.
This dagger looks different.
Oh, that sounds promising. He kind of looks like a dark one from. He looks like a malnourished dark one from Metro. Is he stuck? No, he ain't stuck. Oh, that was the sound cue for being nearby. Oh, hi, buddy. Please go away. I liked it better when you were stuck. Leave me alone, you frack. Guys, I don't know if you know how unnerving this actually is. Like, give me a way to distract it, and I'll be a lot better. Alright, Semper Fi, Semper Fi, Semper Fi, Semper Fi. Rachel's at the wedding. Right there. this is one of the most frustrating chapters in the game. Make it. He was right there. I sniffed him. He was right there. I sniffed him. Oh, he was right there. Just run. Oh. No, apparently there's a quick time event coming up. Oh, heart rate.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this Shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Okay, chapter 7. Looks like that's the... Thank you all for watching. That was... Yeah, that was something. Now I remember what one of my friends was telling me about this game, about how certain things can really get to you. Debating if I have time to record another episode for tonight. Well, we'll figure out later. So, once again, like and subscribe, guys. It does actually help. And we're still working on a nice outro or something fun to say, so... Tschüss, and hope to see you back again sometime. Check out our merch and check out our Twitch. And we'll see you in Chapter 7, The Nameless Bookstore. See ya.